James Orengo, the man who referred to the broad-based government as an abomination to the ODM party, that man recently visited State House, leading a high-powered delegation from Siaya County, where is the governor. And most Kenyans are sure that this is a confirmation that Orengo ameingia box. Ameingia box ya William Samoei Ruto. And this move by Orengo has left most Kenyans in deep shock. What happened? What happened? What exactly caused Orengo to make this 180-degree turn that has left Kenyans in shock, and most Kenyans very angered, and some Kenyans in despair? Because it would seem that President Ruto is not only swallowing the entire opposition, but is also comfortably chewing it and digesting it, so that at the end of the day, any opposition to President Ruto's very, very, very repressive regime will be gone, leaving long-suffering Kenyans on their own. Although regulars will know, we have already said on this channel, Kenyans, you are on your own. Okay? Deal with it. The sooner we realize this, the better it will be for us. Because we cannot keep on having dreams and hopes on people who turn on us every other day. Now it is instructive that shortly after this Orengo visit to State House, a blogger, an influencer, very active on X, was arrested by the police, was abducted, okay? And now that Kenyan is dead. And now that he's dead, the story the police are giving us is that he was arrested in Migori, brought to Nairobi, booked in at the Central Police Station, and then in the course of the night, last night that is, he injured himself, and he was being rushed to hospital, and on the way he succumbed. He is no more. This particular incident, bang somewhere in Luo Nyanza, happened shortly after Orengo's widely publicized visit to State House, Ruto's State House. It is very interesting that those who are close to this influencer are saying he was never booked in. The OB at the Central Police Station does not have his name. Pengine iongezwe baadaye. Pengine waongeze jina baadaye. As a cover-up. Bottom line, he was not arrested. He was abducted. And now he has been found kwisha maneno, dead. Now what is stressing Kenyans a lot after this development is the fact that it is now clear that Raila Odinga and the ODM party are ndani kabisa of the broad-based government. They are part and parcel of Ruto's repressive regime. That should now be very clear. No need for debate. It is a fact. And what does this leave us with? It leaves us with lone wolves like Edwin Sifuna and maybe Babu Owino and very, very few others. Now, there is a very big puzzle here. Because on my show today, I will not rehash what you already know. I will not give you information that you already have. That is not our tradition here. And so we are going the route of trying to solve the mystery of why. Why did Orengo, somebody who has championed for the rights of the ordinary mwananchi since the beginning of his career, and at great cost to himself, he has been imprisoned, he has been tortured, he has been arrested and rearrested all these decades. Why has he now, in an hour of great need, abandoned the people of Kenya? Because people don't do things without reason. Characters don't behave out of character for absolutely no reason. So we must tackle this mystery head on. Okay? But first, we must understand the thinking of the Ruto regime. Yeah? The thinking that is causing them to go to great lengths, to do anything possible to ensure that everybody within ODM is inside the broad-based government, especially prominent characters and powerful politicians within ODM. They want to ensure that all of them are ndani kabisa of the broad-based government. What is their thinking? Folks, in many ways, we are back to the year 1992. What happened in the year 1992? Moi printed a lot of money, which had a devastating effect on our economy. We are still suffering from that thing that was done in 1992. And you know, there is irrefutable evidence that Ruto's government right now is printing money like there was no tomorrow. Yeah, and this is what is being distributed all over the place to get people to change their attitude towards this government. Money talks, as they say. Something else from 1992. The KANU party, their branch offices countrywide, in every region of the country, were used very effectively to campaign for KANU in that first multi-party election in Kenya that took place in December 1992. Well, it would seem that exactly the same strategy is at play here. Yeah. And since the UDA party is dead, very dead, the strategy seems to be to use ODM branches countrywide. And by the way, ODM is the largest political party in the country. Yeah, don't forget that. To use ODM branches countrywide to turn the tide in favor of Ruto and in favor of his regime for the next election. In other words, President Ruto has tried to deal with the masses directly, and it has not gone so well. He has even had a shoe thrown at him, and many other bad things have happened to him. And so, he has changed tact. Okay, and now, he will reach those same masses through influential politicians. That seems to be the strategy. And so, it will not be tolerated for the largest political party in the country, ODM, to have powerful politicians who are going rogue. That will not be tolerated. And this is what we're seeing. And so, now that we know the thinking of the Ruto camp, we must go back to our initial question. What happened to Orengo? Actually, there is a vital clue we can get from the year 1992. In one sentence, it is the waving of files by government. Now, fighting in the trenches is not easy. And I know, because I've also been fighting from the trenches for many years. And one of the many bad things that happens to you when you're fighting from the trenches is that many times you find yourself broke. You have run out of money. And so you decide to do something that cannot stand the test of time so that you survive. Yeah, you decide to do something fishy, something corrupt, something illegal in order to survive. Now we know that Orengo has had a very long career in politics. And it is rather obvious. Somebody who has been in politics for as long as he has been will definitely have some skeletons in their closet. And so it is very easy to see how a desperate government can reach out to the archives and look for those skeletons and then put them in a file and wave at a person ambaye amekataa kuingia box. Wave the file at that person and tell them, boss, it is either you do what we want or we action this file. Friends, according to the information I have, this is exactly what has happened with Governor James Orengo. He is human, and every man has his price. Incidentally, a man like Senator Edwin Sifuna has not been in politics long enough to have accumulated any serious skeletons in his closet. But I believe the same cannot be said for another character called Babu Owino. Okay? So there you have it. Based on that information, you can even predict very accurately where the next shockers are coming from. Yeah? Where the next depressing news for long-suffering Kenyans is going to come from. Yeah? You just need to look at the people who are opposing the broad-based government who could have skeletons in their closet. Because those people, wapende wasipende, files will be waved at them. Boss, you have done very well fighting the government. You have done very well fighting the broad-based arrangement. However, we have this file. We have this information about you. Number one, on this day, 10 years ago, you did 1, 2, 3. On this other day, you did 1, 2, 3. Now this one can go straight to the public prosecutor's office and your life can change overnight. But we love you so much and therefore there is another option. You do what we want you to do and this file goes away. Kunaendanga hivyo. That is the harsh reality of Kenyan politics. But there's another harsh reality facing most Kenyans right now. And it is having to operate in a dead economy, which is the Kenyan economy. My friend, you must do something. You cannot just sit there and hope for the best tomorrow. You cannot just sit there and wait for the next regime. You must do something. Now, do me a big favor and also do yourself a big favor. After you're through here, go to the description area of this video on YouTube and find the details of how you can get hold of my video, which will help you, which will revolutionize a lot of things for you so that you face the future, even with its enormous unprecedented chaos, with confidence. Okay? Just check the description area below. It will lead you to a video I have done giving you some very hot tips on what you can do immediately. Now, I just want to let you know that I have already suffered some consequences, of producing my latest highly sensitive special report. Now, despite the pain, I am encouraged by the fact that this is a clear sign about how accurate that information is. When you order this latest highly sensitive special report, you will see for yourself evidence when you go to the video. You will see concrete evidence for yourself of one of the ways hawa watu wananifinya because of that information. Unajua kuna hawa watu wa nguvu ambao wanajuana na watu wa platform kadhaa hata hii. Na vile hao hufanya, and this has happened before to me, wanaenda huko na anaambia wazungu, finya huyu jamaa, finyilia kila kitu yake, finyilia views yake, finyilia pesa yake, atajua sisi ni nani. That is what happens. But I was born with a purpose. I was born for a reason, and I must fulfill the reason I was brought to this planet, and therefore I will not give up. I will continue to do what I have been doing, and no bribe is big enough to divert me away from my destiny. Now you can see details on the screens right now. In case you don't have this highly sensitive special report, please make an effort right away to get hold of it. Okay? This information is no wonder already there have been consequences. Until next time, This is Chris Kumekucha.